lovelies, welcome back to my page. Today I'm going to be redoing a recreation I've already done of the DOUYIN tomato makeup. I think on Sundays I'm going to be like redoing makeup looks I've already did to give you guys a full tutorial, and then Wednesdays I'm going to try a new look. I did just post a video this past Wednesday. That's like the first new look I've done, and I already have one. Like, I already know what video I'm going to be posting this upcoming Wednesday and then also for next Sunday. I'm not really sure the view count of the videos, but I know they've done really well. I'm going to put little screenshots up of the highest viewed one on each of my platforms. I think this look is very pretty. I'm really excited to recreate it. Let's hop into it. I've already gone ahead and popped in the OLENS Big Glowy lenses in the shade Mocha Brown. I am an OLENS partner, so I will have a link to these down below as well as my discount code so you can get some money off of your checkout. The first step in my skin prep, I'm going to go in with this Sika Daily Soothing Mask by BT Cosmetics. I really love putting these on. I feel like they're super hydrating to my morning dry skin, and they're so good for moisture retention. I'm gonna let this sit on my skin for 15 minutes and I'll be right back when it dries. This is dry, and I'm gonna rub in any excess. For the first step of my moisture retention, going to go in with La Roche-Posay's Thermal Water. I like using this because I like my skin just to be damp when I apply all the rest of the products over top of it. I'm gonna go in with Tears Milk Skin Toner. This product is so hydrating. I love putting in my skin. It literally just makes my skin like soak it up, and it's so nice for the rest of the products to go over top of. Then I'm gonna go in with the CosRX Snail Mason. I'm just gonna do like 3 pumps of this, and I'm just trying to block in as much moisture as I possibly can on my skin. For my treatment, I'm gonna go in with the number 7 Dark Spot Correcting Booster Serum. I'm gonna look in the viewfinder and just put this over my discoloration. I feel like it's been working wonders, and it's so nice over any hyperpigmentation that I have, and it's working well to help fade them out. And I'm gonna go in with the How Wonders Black Rice by Cuciola Eye Cream. This is so nice under my eye, and it's nice because it has retinol in it, and it really helps like get rid of any fine lines and really helping to hydrate and refirm the skin around my eye. Then go in with the CosRX All-in-One Cream, and this is like a perfect layer of hydration for my skin. And I feel like the texture of my skin has improved a lot since I've been using this cream. I was also sent the La Roche-Posay Anthelios Melted Milk Sunscreen. I'm gonna go in with 3 fingers full. Honestly, I've heard nothing but good things about this sunscreen. I'm gonna speed it up, but I wanna see how long it actually takes me to blend this in. I'm gonna start my timer and now. That took 1 minute and 53 seconds to blend, and honestly, with as much as I put on, I feel like it's pretty good, and I feel like there's no white cast. Okay, I think I'm gonna like this one. So I'm gonna let everything soak in for about 15 minutes, and then I'll be right back. I realized I never put on my lip oil, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Rude Cosmetics Peach Refresh Lip Oil. Add some hydration to these lips. First, go in with the NYX Bear With Me spray to prime my skin and give me a really nice base layer. To prime my skin, I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I'm going to do 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use this BK Beauty 111 brush to apply it. Just do nice sweeping motions over my cheeks. I try to concentrate it in my T-zone because that's where I feel like I have the most issues when it comes to my makeup staying. Then take whatever's extra and put that on the outsides of my face. Next, I'm going to use the Shiseido Butter Glow Stick in Herb Sugar. I'm going to put that on all the high points of my face, like my cheekbones, down my nose, across the tip, above my lip, my chin, and the center of my forehead. And then I'm just going to use the tips of my ring and middle finger to blend all of that out. It gives such a nice glow under the rest of my makeup. e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Peach. I like to use that to color correct, and I go over anywhere that I have any discoloration, and I use this concealer just to cancel all of that out. To blend out around my face, I'm going to go in with the BK Beauty 108 brush. And I'm just going to go in with some nice tapping motions to blend it out. When blending out your face, you're going to want to find a brush that's pretty dense because I feel like that's the best when it comes to blending out and buffing products into your skin. And then for my under eye, I'm going to go in with this BK Beauty A506 brush. And it's so nice under my eye because it is angled. So I feel like I get the product exactly where I want it, especially because this is such a light concealer. And just tapping that in to blend it out. and putting some on my lid to help with any discoloration on there as well. Then I'm going to take Milani's Conceal and Perfect in the shade Warm Tan just to do a nice layer of concealing on my skin. And I'm going to go on my under eye and then over top of anywhere that I think just needs a little extra loving. And with this, I'm going to use the 108 brush to blend everything out, even my under eye. I feel like this combination together works really perfectly for my skin. To even up my skin tone, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Honey. I'm going to go in with 2 pumps and then take a thin layer using my Shop Me spatula. I'm going to go through and apply some nice thin layers on my cheeks, along my chin, my upper lip, some on my nose, and my forehead as well. To blend that out, I'm going to go in with the BK Beauty 106 brush, and I'm just going to pat my skin in circular motions to get that blended out. And again, these brushes just blend everything out so easily. To contour my skin, I'm going to go in with Milani's Cheek Kiss in the shade Spicy Season. I'm going to use this thin stamping brush to get a little bit of product. Apply some to my temples, along my cheekbones, along my jawline, under my lower lip, and along the sides of my nose to give me a really nice carved look. And feather that up into my eyebrows. First, I'm going to go in with this BK Beauty 101 brush. And I love using this to blend out the perimeter of my face and under my lip. And just make sure when you're blending out your jawline, just drag it down a little bit just so that there's not a really big difference between your neck and your jawline. Go in with this double-sided brush and use this flat side to stamp along the sides of my nose contour to help blend that out. You want to go right up against the line of where your nose contour will be and just drag it down and try to blend it into your foundation as best as you can. To highlight, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealers in Tan Sand and Medium Beige. I'm really going to concentrate this one on the center of my face and just use this to add some light there. Then go in with the other one to lift, and I think this will melt well between my foundation and the concealer. Back in with that 108 brush to blend out my face. You just want to tap and push it outwards. And you want to blend up to that line where you contoured your lower lip. And use a little bit on the sides of my nostrils and blend out the front of my cheeks. For my nose, I'm going to go in with this little puff, blend along the front of my nose, and blend it up into my forehead. And then just use that A506 brush to blend out my under eye and make it look brightened and lifted. Next, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Coral Crush. I'm going to really concentrate this blush to the front of my cheeks. Give me a really nice flushed look. Some on the center of my nose, a little on my forehead, and on my chin. I'm going to take the BK Beauty 107 brush. First, use it on my chin to blend that out in a circular tapping motions. Next, my forehead, along the center of my nose. Then try to keep that color as much as you can on the front of your cheeks in like a triangular shape. And blend it up a little into the nose blush. And I'm just going to use a little bit of my foundation brush just to round out the blush on my cheeks more and just get rid of some of that color, but blend it into the rest of my skin. To set all my creams, I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last Original Spray just to hold everything down. To set my contour, I'm going to go in with the Kaleido Symphony Contour Trio in the shade Tan. Using this Morphe brush, going to go in with the 2 shades, dust off any excess, and pat that into that contour shade in circular motions. And I love mixing the 2 shades together because I feel like it gives me a nice neutral shade for my contour. Then on the fluffy side of this double-sided brush, going to go in with the 2 shades as well. Dust off any excess again, and really use that to carve out the sides of my nose. And really go into the hollows of the eye as well, and some on my lower lip. To set my under eye, I'm going to go in with the YSL All Hours Hyper Finish in Translucent. I'm going to take that on this triangle puff and really concentrate it under my eye and help the eye look lifted as well. I feel like it does such a great job at mattifying my under eye. To set the rest of my face, going to go in with the Flower Nose Swan Ballet Series Music Box Loose Setting Powder. I'm going to go in and just pat it in there with the puff that comes with it. This is nice pink setting powder, and I'm going to use that along the perimeter of my face. Just want to pat that in. Grab whatever's left on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use that to set my forehead and down my nose a little. To set the powder, is going to go back in with more Make It Last by Milani. For my powder blush, going to go in with the Kaleidos Mono Blush in the shade Sanguine. I'm going to apply that using this Kaleidos Dual Fiber Contour Brush and get some on there. Tap off any excess and just concentrate along the front of my cheeks. Trying to look as tomatoey as possible, whatever that means. Some on my chin, my forehead, across my nose. Use a powder puff to blur out any edges. To highlight, I'm gonna go in with Bobbi Brown's Pink Glow. I'm gonna use this Morphe M510 brush. Swirl that around in there. Concentrated high on my cheekbones, my chin, down my nose, on the tip, a little on my forehead, and on my upper lip, and use my finger to deepen my Cupid's bow. Go back over top of that with more highlighter. Then I'm gonna go in with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso and use a little triangle puff as a cushion so I don't mess up my makeup. I'm gonna outline the bottom part of my brow without adding an arch. Brush down the hairs, then connect the top of my brow to the bottom. Then do strokes around the tail downward, and then along the front of the brow to do some like hair-like strokes. And then brush everything upwards. And then smooth the brow out of the top with your spoolie. Then I'm going to take the Milani Weekend Brow in Espresso and add some details to the tail of my brow to deepen that up. And I'm going to use those two brow products again to do some faux freckles. And I'm just rolling my brow pencil to deposit the base layer of my freckles. And add some around my nose as well. Then pat it out with my finger to blend it. Then go over that with Milani's Weekend Brow as the top layer. And remember just to pat that down with your finger when you're happy with the density. For my eyes, going into the Flower Nose Strawberry Rococo Series Shams Misty Rose palette. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade, work that all over my lid and along my lower lash line. And I'm gonna go in with this pink shade and put that on my outer V and blend it a little on my lower lash line. Take some of that blush and concentrate that on the center of my lower lash line. Then go in with this light shade. I'm just going to use that to highlight the inner portion of my lower lash line and to carve out the sides of my nose and to highlight around my eye. Then I'm going to go in with this glitter shade. I'm going to use this Morphe brush just to add a little shimmer along the sides of my nose and under my brow bone. Next, using the Peri Para Ink Thin Brush Liner in the shade Black Noir, I'm gonna use that to add some definition to my inner corner and do a really nice thin wing. Shiseido's Lash Curler to curl my lashes. Hourglass's Unlock Mascara in the shade Ultra Black. Do a couple coats on my top and my bottom lashes. Applying some of Duo's Brush On Adhesive to the false lash. Then just use my tweezers to adhere to my lash line, and then clamp them together at the base. To line my lips, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout in the shade Gone Burgundy. I'm going to use that to overline and round out my upper lip. And I'm going to tuck in my lower lip and overline that as well. Make the lips look nice and dramatic. And then use the lip liner to shade in the space between my lip and the outline, the bottom lip as well. And then just take my ring finger and then blend it in. Then I'm going to go in with Alicia's Lip Hug in the shade Hour. And then I'll use that to do a nice thick coat of my bottom and my top lip. I feel like this works with this lip liner so perfectly. As a final step, going to go in with the 3CE Blur Water Tint in Coral Moon. And I'm just going to concentrate that on the center of my lips. Add some nice distinction. I'm going to go do my hair and I'll be right back. So this is going to be the final look. I'm very happy what it came out to be. I think it looks super stunning and I feel like this blush placement looks so pretty on me. I'm always kind of worried to put blush on like the front of my cheeks, but I feel like that really suits my face shape very well. And it like, I don't know, I feel like my jaw just looks a little more angular like this. I'm just gonna stare at myself in the viewfinder for a second. I feel like with the eyes and the lashes and the lips, this is very tomato girl, honestly. So if you really like this recreation, go ahead and leave a comment down below and letting me know what you think, or any other looks that you guys can think of that you want me to do for any other video, or go ahead and request one of my looks that you want me to do like a recreation of a recreation for. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you can be let know when I upload my next post. A link will be down below for all of my social medias as well as all of the products that I used today. Honestly, I'm so happy with the way that this look turned out. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think, and we're gonna cue this montage.